Just before I graduated from USC with a master's degree in operations research, I got a job offer from Mobil Oil, now known ExxonMobil. And the arrangement was to spend the first 6 months in United States in training, and then to be stationed in Japan permanently. However, I thought it over, and I felt I wanted to be in the United States much longer, and if I could apply myself to American business environment. So instead of accepting the job offer from Mobil, I decided to seek unemployment with an American company in Los Angeles area. And the longest time I worked, or the company I worked longest before I established my company was Konigsberg Instruments in Pasadena. The Konigsberg Instruments is a company executed projects exclusively for NASA. So there I was hired as a project manager, and where I learned nuts and bolts of project management, and also I developed my passion for project concept. So I worked for Konigsberg Instruments for 4 to 5 years. The job I had, however, was nothing to do with Japan or a Japanese company, and I started to wonder if I could leverage my background of Japanese and also my experience in American business world. So I kind of came to the idea to start my own business. So I quit my job first and started to explore the possibilities, because I didn't know what kind of company I want to establish that time. And the first challenge I made was to publish Japanese restaurant guide. That was the late 70s. People had been asking me about the Japanese food, what is sushi and how to eat it, where the best Japanese restaurant in town. So I decided to write Japanese restaurant guide, and the first things I did is I hired an American critic, and he and I went around for first 6 months. I went around almost all Japanese restaurants. That time, there were about 200 Japanese restaurants in Greater Los Angeles. And now I've heard there are over 2,000 Japanese restaurants in the area. One of the things is very difficult was soliciting soliciting advertiser. And I went from door to door to asking Japanese food and beverage distributor if they would be interested in advertising in my guidebook. And that was very tough. It's not easy, and I had a lot of rejection. But finally, we finished the book, and it went on sale for $6. And most of the local bookstore carried it. And we sold about 10,000 copies, but we didn't make money at all, because what happened is the cost of the project was much more than the profit. So, but that was a very good experience for us. Sometime later, one of my acquaintances in Japan contacted me. He asked if we would be interested in exporting American office supply products and stationaries. So I accepted that because I wanted to have a job, and I started learning about office supply industry and also the exporting products to Japan, because I didn't know anything about that time, and even invoice terms such as like net 30 or net 10, 2%, I didn't know anything about that. So I kind of had to study, and I went around to the distributors. I learned all these terms. And through the association of the people in the industry, I learned a lot about American distribution business. And kind of hand-on, learning everything myself. In mid-'80s, what happened in the industry was like Staples and Office Depots, the large superstore came out, and that shook the industry there. And the industry was changed very rapidly, very drastically. And that time, I started to write a report to a Japanese company on office supply industry. Because what happened is those Staples and Office Depot started expanding their business globally, and the Japanese, our client, people in industry, office supply industry, really felt threatened, because if the Staples and if Office Depot, came to Japan, and then probably would be wiping out all the business. As you know, in the United States, used to be a lot of Papa Mama store in office supply industry, but since that the Staples and Office Depot came out, and all of them, almost all of them, wiped out. It used to be about, in the United States, about 30,000 Papa Mama stores in 80s, but now I think there are only 3,000 independent stores in the United States. But anyway, this is how I I started my consulting business. Our goal of the company, Dyna-Search, is to provide support to Japanese company who like to do business with American company or utilize their knowledge of American industry to gain competitive advantage in Japanese market. So we provide a wide range of business function to our client. If our client wants to establish a kind of relation with American company, we find the partner candidate and assist them in negotiations. And if our our client wants to find out about American business or industry, we do research and write a report to them. And if a Japanese company wants to attend a kind of a particular area of a conference to learn about American business, we find the best conference for them and accompany them. We do practically everything our client needs in US, Japan businesses. However, we not only kind of serve the supporting function as a Japanese company, our client, asks for, we proactively generate kind of opportunities and projects to our client. For example, one day I was reading Los Angeles Times, and then I found an article that Disney opened up a Disney store in Glendale. That was a flagship store for the Disney store in Glendale. flagship store in the United States. And that came to me, and I felt that is a very good opportunity to my client, the biggest retailers in Japan. And so what I did was I contacted Disney headquarters, and I asked who is in charge of Disney store. And I wrote a letter to him, and I asked if he would be interested in opening up and bringing Disney store to Japan. And the answer was very positive. So what I did is I contacted my client, and I initiated negotiations on behalf of my client. And this is the kind of things that the client didn't ask, but we kind of generated the project. And another example is the project with art school. We have a client who operate an art school for children. So one day we came up the idea that what if we could have children's summer camp in United States. So the next things we did is we tried to find out what organization could collaborate with this project. And what came up to my mind is that UCLA. UCLA is very famous in Japan. Everyone knows it. So we contacted the UCLA if they could accept Japanese kids for summer camp. This is another example of our proactively generating a project. And we have clients in many different industries. For example, the publishing, manufacturers, and retail, distribution, mail order house, and so forth. And however, this one thing in common among our clients, they are interested in growing aggressively, and they are opening their mind outside of Japan, and kind of looking into creative ideas from other country, like the United States or other country. So we have done many projects for our clients. Our mission is to provide our client with creative solutions in US, Japan businesses. This is based on our knowledge of both Japanese and American companies and businesses and industry. We can proactively generate creative ideas and also develop innovative projects to our clients. Our competitive advantage lies in three things. The first is that our staff, our organization consists of bicultural people. And that means that not only speak both language, but also we understand the culture and also the business practices of the both country. And then secondly, the location. We're based in the United States, and most of our clients are based in Japan. So we have easy access to authentic information and also the company that our client might be interested in to contact. The third is the network, professional network. We've been doing this business for many years, and we built the network of a professional so that if our clients wants to do something, we can respond quickly to kind of form a project team and we can conduct a project very cost-efficient way. I think the starting a business, you got to have like a guts and determination, and so that rather than a skill, like more of mind. Okay, and then when once we start the company, probably we need a lot of different kind of skills, like marketing and organization and finance and so forth. We have been doing a business between Japan and the United States, and I like to point out two things. One is differences in approach to business relations, and then another was the differences in approach to project. But the first one, business relationship. Japanese company, when they start a business relation, seems to be they take a long time to get acquainted with. So the phase of knowing each other is very important. So the Japanese company might not be comfortable to make a commitment before building the relationship. Then, whereas American company are very straightforward, they're kind of goal-oriented in terms of business relation. So those differences might cause like a misunderstanding and frustration for both sides. And the other thing is a project. And since I'm a kind of project man, so I like to explain this carefully. When we have the project, an American company, most of the American company management, they are well versed in project process. So when we're talking about the project, first of all, we define the goal or vision or final end products there, and then we start designing the process from the beginning to reach that point. And American company spend a long time creating this planning phases, whereas the Japanese company they don't want to spend this. Spending time for this planning phase, and they like to quickly start and do one by one. In other words, laying brick over the brick. So and then try to reach the final goal. So this is a totally different approach to the project. And the Japanese company probably tend not to commit anything for the resource or assigning the head of the project. They don't want to do that at the beginning. And then they just, as go along, they start to assign the people, assign the money there. And that's a totally different way of the American company to proceed for the project. So this, again, if a differences may cause the kind of frustration and misunderstanding. We anticipate our client's need. Rather than the client ask us, we always creating and generating innovative solution to them before they ask us. So that's the, I think, the major things to satisfy our clients. We encountered a lot of challenges, but one of the challenges to keep up a speed of information in rapidly changing world. And because of a business we are in, it's crucial to keep abreast of new information or timely information. So we're trying to get right information. So we came up the idea that we assign each staff to keep track of a certain area of industry or a certain area of information so that we can get together once a day or so, and we exchange the information. So all of us kind of keep up with the information we wants to wants to know. Yes, I think maintaining my personal life is as important as my business life. So that what I do is I make schedule for everything. I mean that not only the business matters, but also personal matters. I make a schedule and I stick to it. For example, I go to exercise about 5 days a week, and the beginning of every week, I schedule in where the 5 times goes in, and then I write down and I make a schedule and a schedule chart so that I don't miss it. That's the way I do. My personal goal, I like to become an educator. So the final project of my life would be teaching others what I've learned from my experience. I think it's in my blood, and I'm from a family of educators. I would say my grandfather, who was a Buddhist priest, and he had a global vision for Buddhism, and he was very active in introducing Buddhist teachings to the world. In the early 20th century, he started to write a book for Buddhism in English. The first, he had to compile a dictionary for Buddhism, and then worked on a biography of Honen, a sacred monk. It took him 20 years to complete the books. And I admire him for his unwavering conviction and persistence. Oh, I like to, do a lot of work around my house. I do gardening myself and also interior decorating. So before I come to work every day, I spend about 30 minutes to take care of my yard. And like last year, I built a brick patio with 2 helpers. And practically I do everything for house myself. I would say Jim Collins, who is the author of the book Good to Great. And that book was very unique to me. And because the author derived the management concept from his empirical research study and his analysis. And he talks about a big company in the United States, but it applies to a small company as well. I have been in this business for like 20 years, over 20 years, and despite many obstacles and hardship we have had, I've been doing what I love. I would say that is the proudest achievement of my life. Well, before I started my company, I worked fairly large companies, and then I started my company very small. And if I could do again probably I had experience in a small company before I starting my own company. I would like to give 3 pieces of advice to the young people who are thinking about starting their own business. First, um, to learn by doing. So instead of staying in a house or the office, you get out to the world and talk to the people and do whatever they can do. And books and also the theory can get so much. And so you should go out and talk to the people, do something with experience to experience. The second one is to understand the value of experience. The experience comes first, and the money follows later. And then third, have a confidence in yourself. You can do anything, almost anything you can accomplish if you put your mind to it.